Hey, how are you doing, guys? I'm KB Kwan. Welcome back to another episode of Taste of Asian Food. And I've just came back from northern Pakistan for my holiday, and what an exotic country. And to my surprise, the hot and sour soup with corn and chicken are served multiple times during my stay, which is pretty similar to the Chinese style. The only difference is that I find that usually they use some green chilies, some carrot, some button mushroom, so the set of ingredients is somewhat different from what we usually cook Chinese style. So in these videos, I want to share with you how to make this soup. I'm not going to say that this is authentic Pakistani style, but it is definitely very delicious. So let's get started. I always prefer using homemade chicken broth whenever I make this kind of soup. So here are some chicken bones. I've washed these bones and I'm going to put these bones into a pot of water. And the amount of water should be just enough to submerge all the bones. Then I'll bring it to a boil, not adding any salt or any other items. That will give me the flexibility to adjust the flavor later. That's how I make the chicken broth normally, but since today I need some shredded chicken in this recipe, so I add a few pieces of chicken on the bone. In this case, I put some chicken thigh meat. You can use chicken breast if you want. And let it simmer slowly for about 30 minutes. Once it is boiling, reduce the heat to bare simmering temperature and remove the scum on top so that you can get a clean soup. Let's prepare other ingredients while simmering the broth. You can use canned cream corn for this recipe, but I always prefer using the fresh cream corn kernel because it tastes better. Peel the entire cob and remove all the strings. Then hold it upright and gently use a knife to remove the corn kernels. We have boiled the chicken for about 15 minutes already. So now I want to take out those chicken chunks with meat and leave the bone still inside the water. The reason is I do not want to cook the chicken with meat for too long, as it would toughen the meat. Now let's continue boiling the remaining bones. Meanwhile, cut a carrot into small dice. Some deseeded green chilies. Button mushrooms into slices. Now the chicken broth is ready and I remove the bone from the broth. Let it pass through a wire mesh strainer to get a clean broth. And I have removed the bones and the skin from the chicken chunks. Then I shred the meat into small pieces. Now I want to season this chicken with some light soy sauce and some salt. And you notice that I have intentionally add a little bit more salt, and I would like to marinate it for a while so that when I return this chicken, shredded chicken, back to the chicken broth, it will not entirely lose its saltiness. If you have time, just leave it there for about 15 to 30 minutes. Heat up the chicken broth until it starts to boil again, and then add the carrot, the sliced mushrooms, the corns, the chicken meat, and lastly the green chilies. Season the chicken soup with more salt to get the right saltiness. Since I have added some salt to marinate the chicken, so I got to be prudent. And white pepper. You can add more because it is basically a hot and sour soup. Something that is optional, chili flakes if you want it to be spicy, more spicy. I just add a little bit. And just a little bit of dark soy sauce to intensify the color. Combine 4 tablespoons of cornstarch with some cold water to form a slurry. Then pour into the soup to thicken it. Until it reaches the consistency that you want, the thickness that you want. Then add a beaten egg into the soup. Pour in slowly while stir in one direction to form some silky egg ribbons. Now it comes to the final step. Since this is a hot and sour soup, I need to add some vinegar. Lastly, switch off the stove, add some sesame oil for the final touch. And there you have it. This is my version of hot and sour corn and chicken soup. That's how to make the hot and sour soup with corn and chicken based on my experience during my holiday. And I've included the recipe in the description below the video for you. Please subscribe, tap the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again in some other video soon. Bye for now.